Okay, this is going to be the final part of the story of what happened, and this is the story of the day that leads up to the first video of my breakdown on this channel. It's called I'm Struggling. I haven't watched it since the day that I made it, but it's still up. So this video takes you right up to that video, and then every day since then I've been making a video. So it's a nice little timeline. You can see the thought process, I guess. So starting from the Friday night, I was actively putting into place orders for drugs. I decided I wanted to end it because of the depression, because of everything that went on. So now you see an idea of where that came from. And it was just relentless, every day, joyless, dark, hopeless every day. I didn't get a reprieve from it. It was relentless. So I decided, selfishly, because I didn't think about anyone else at this point, I decided the way to stop this relentless depression that happens every day and nothing is working and nothing is stopping it, is just to end it. And I think that is where a lot of people get to before they it's hard to use certain words you can't use on YouTube. So unaliving is what people seem to say, but I feel like that's the point that most people get to when they do that. They've just exhausted every other option, and it's relentless, endless darkness. It's a terrifying and horrible place to be. So I decided that the way I was going to do it, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but I had it all planned. One aspect of it was getting drugs from I don't want to go into how I did it either. But basically I lined up a load of different guys because each guy didn't have enough to do what I thought was going to be enough. So I had 4 or 5 different guys that I was going to meet from 12 p.m. on Sunday, like every hour. And then I guess I was going to go and do the thing on Sunday night. I was completely self-obsessed at this point. It was all about this depression. It was all about me. And I feel terrible about that. I feel terrible that, the kids didn't come into our head, or Laura, or it was just, I got to such a point of just, if you have depression, you know what it's like. There's nothing that can give you any relief, right? Nothing you can think of that can stop the darkness. So I had this plan. We woke up Sunday morning. I spent Saturday night with the family, I guess. In my head, I was like, this is the last. So then we got up Sunday morning and we got into an argument. Me and Laura got into an argument, and she was quite rightly saying that I didn't seem happy, and why. She was really trying to help me. The whole way through, she's been trying to get us to go to therapy, trying to get me to go to therapy, encouraging me, and I just wouldn't go. I just wouldn't do anything that she was suggesting, which I really regret now, obviously, because of that's another contributing factor to where I am now. But just check that's recording. I think that's a nervous thing. So we got into an argument, and the upshot of the argument was that she got it into her head that there was a different reason for me being distant than it was true, and it upset me so much that she thought this other thing happened, and it wasn't true. And so in order to put her, my thinking was, I'll put her mind at rest about this. I'll tell her what is really going on. And I said, I'm going to unalive myself. That's why I'm distant. Thank God I did it now. But at the time, the minute I said it, my brain went, oh no, you've ruined it. Now no, that's ruined. That wasn't part of the plan. So I kind of went into fight or flight mode. I'm like, oh, wait, no, that's ruined everything, because I had it all planned out. So I said I've texted, I texted all these people, I've got it all lined up. And then because I was in fight or flight, I just ran. I ran from the place in Malibu, I got in my car, and I drove back here because all of my connects were here, within a mile of this place. So I came in here. This is my studio where I write music and where I make these videos. And it's my safe place. I always come in here if I get overwhelmed, I come in here and I write or whatever. So I came in here. I guess I wanted one last look at, I don't know, I mean, I was psychotic at this point. But as I'm in here, I hear a knock on the door. And I ignore it, and then it gets louder and louder. So I'm like, what's that? And then I hear police. I'm just confused, because we were burgled. Someone tried to burgle the office a few weeks before, and I thought, oh, maybe it's that. I just get rid of them. So I went down, and they were very nice, two guys, and they were like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? We're just here to make sure everything's okay. And I was like, yeah, everything's okay. And they said, you're not planning to hurt yourself? And I was like, what went through my head was 5150 psych ward. If I say yes to this, then I'm going to be arrested and taken to a psych ward. And that terrified me. So I said no. And I don't think they bought it. So they were like, well, have you texted people to get XYZ? And I said no. And then they ended up detaining me for my own good, and they put me outside on the patio, handcuffed and detained on the chair, on my own chair in my own backyard. And I'm having, the one guy's off on the phone or on the walkie-talkie trying to get a psych evaluator here, and he's right in front of the house walking up and down, and I can hear him telling the whole story, and all my neighbors can hear it because I can hear it. So I'm like, oh, but then I guess it didn't matter. So while he's doing that, I had quite a nice chat with the other guy. He's like, oh, you a musician? Yeah, I do. Oh, it's good. What have you done? Oh, a few films. Anything I've heard of? Yeah, lots that you've probably heard of. And Ocean's 11, James Bond. And he was like, oh, that must be nice. Yeah, it's nice. Handcuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's all right. I want to make content now. I mean, you have to see the funny side. Someone said to me today, if you learn to laugh at yourself, you'll never run out of material. So, in amongst this, the first guy comes back and says to his partner, the evaluators come in. And then I'm trying to piece it together in my head because it's a bit of a blur. The evaluators come in, so I'm like, okay, she's going to come and assess me, and if she thinks I'm a danger, I'm going to a psych ward, and it's terrifying because I've been in psych wards. Part of my AA work is that I go into hospitals, institutions, jails, and give talks about AA. That's one of the things I do. So I've been in those places, and I've been in all the ones around here, and they're terrifying. They're terrifying. So I'm really worried about this. I don't know why, because it didn't really make any... So anyway, I looked down, and 12 o'clock's gone past. My first connect time. So no, the first one's gone. Oh, and then the cop says, "Can I look at your phone? Because I want to see if the texts." Because Laura told him that I texted all these guys, because I told her that, and he got the phone. But luckily, or unluckily, I texted through an app that withholds the phone number, because I didn't want any of these guys to have my phone number. So he looked at the text, and there was nothing in there. So that was something in my favour. Then another set of police, 2 police come. They're from Malibu. So we've got LA County and Malibu police here, all in the backyard, four people. Very nice, I have to say. All just like trying to help me. They're all trying to help me. I mean, fair play to them. And I'm sort of detained. And they have a conversation, and basically there's no one available to do the psych evaluation. And they didn't find anything in the text, because the texts were all in an app. So I think they were like, well, he doesn't seem to have done any of this. And they kind of disagreed, the 2 sets. This set thought I should go to psych ward. This set said, no, it seemed okay. Anyway, look down, my second connects time has gone. Out of 4 connects, the first 2 are finished. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to get enough now, because I worked it all out. And then I can't describe to you. When I relapsed 8 years ago, a voice just came out of the sky. And I swear to God this is true, and it makes me sound nuts, but this is my experience. This is what happened. A voice just came to me and said, stop doing that. And I threw the drugs away, and I never did them again. I did have a seizure because I shouldn't have just stopped, but I never did them again. And I never really had an urge. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm putting it out there because this is my experience. The same voice said, what about the kids? And I thought about them for the first time, I think. And I just imagined their little faces and that. And I made the decision then that I wasn't going to do it. So thank God for the police detaining me. Thank God for the I believe that voice is God to me, my higher power. There's no explanation for it, and it's only happened twice in my life at my potentially fatal moments. The 2 times in my life that I was going to die, one from overdose, and the other one just then. It was literally, and I'm not joking, it was a literal voice. I toyed with not saying this bit because it makes me sound crazy. But it happened, that's my experience. A literal voice. I hear a proper voice in the room. And I don't hear voices ever. Twice in my life. Both at the most crucial times. So the police, after back and forth, said, okay, we're going to let you go. There's no psych evaluation available. We're going to let you go. So they cuffed me, let me go, and they left. I took my phone and I deleted the app, which deleted all I deleted the app, and the app said, if you delete this app, you'll lose all the information. And I hit yes. And then I came up here to my safe place, this room, and I was just literally pacing up and down, pace, like an animal. I was like properly psychotic. Not psychotic, but just, I couldn't regulate myself. So I thought, I know, I'll do some music. Music always helps. So I sit in this chair, try to make some music. Nothing comes. I look around and I see this camera. And I think, I always talk to the camera. Maybe I should just do that. So I turned it on and I recorded. And then I uploaded the video. That's the video that started this whole thing. I'm struggling. The next day, I woke up panicking and humiliated and embarrassed. Shit, did I put that video out? Did I actually post that video? In a manic state, did I post that video? And I ran over to the computer, opened YouTube, fuck, it's there, it's up. And I go to my Instagram, ton of DMs. And I'm like, oh no, ton of texts, and I can't. I'm like, this is going to be people worried about me and hate. The two things I'm going to get for this video. And I open the first message and it says, I watched your video and I decided not to unalive myself. And the next one was like, I decided to check into a mental health facility after watching your video. So I thought, I have to leave them up now, because that's a powerful effect, even just those two people. Literally the first two. So, as you can see, I left it up. And not only did I leave it up, but I got tremendously relief. This was the only thing, talking to the camera, that got me out of that state. So the next day, I'd make another one. When I feel myself spiraling, which inevitably happens, because at this point I've lost my family, I've lost everything. And I make the next video, rock bottom. And then every day when I've felt myself spiraling, I make a video and I post it. And that's why this whole thing started. So there you go. We got there in the end. We got the story right from the beginning, which was last year, through Alfie, through my diagnosis, through the house, through Oliver dying, through getting distant from Laura, going into my own world, just shutting down, and all of that, I think, culminated in this. But if I had one bit of advice, and it's good advice, I think, don't do what I did. What sped up my downfall from just being a normal person to wanting to unalive myself, one thing's made it happen: not telling anyone. People will help. People want to help. I found that out now. I should have told someone how I was feeling. I should have told one of the guys from my AA meetings, but I wasn't going. I should have told Dr. Amen. I should have told Laura. I didn't tell anyone. And like I said in the other video, I put it in and I pressed it down, which is depression. Depression, pressing down, depression. Depression, depression. And it all exploded. So I am going to tell you guys again, like I do at the end of every video, that I love you, because I really do. Because in a way, you see why I say that now, that you've saved my life? You see? This whole process basically got me out of the hole. And then when I was in crisis mode, this got me out of the hole. Now I've added in therapy. I'm doing intensive therapy twice a week, EMDR, which is amazing, and Dr. Amen once a week. And I'm going to an AA meeting every single day for 90 days. So I'm doing a lot to get better. I feel like I've come a long way. It's been 4.5 weeks. And that, I was trying a permanent solution to what turned out to be a temporary problem, because now I see there is light and there is hope. It's not the same every day. I don't skip out the garden. I wish I did skip out the garden. That'd be fun. Maybe I'll try it. I'm going to go, hold up now, I'm just going to go and skip in the garden. I didn't do that. I might do it later. I'm not skipping in the garden or down the road every day. And some days are harder than others, and it's very up and down, but the overall takeaway is that it does get better if you talk to someone. And I've been talking to you guys, and now other people. So I love you. And now you can see why I really, really mean that. And let's come back tomorrow and we'll talk about something else.